Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. Now, as long as you've been holding your XRP, you've probably seen this a lot. This is coming from the World Bank. Stable coins for cross-border payment. Ripple XRP, Stellar XLM. The IMF has mentioned this in the past, as well as Christine Lagarde. But back then, we didn't really worry. All the way up until now, everybody was like, well, if there's stable coins of the future, so be it. But now stable coins are coming under fire, as we see here. Canada tightens regulations on stablecoin trading platforms. And right away, people were saying, oh, you're not going to be able to buy XRP or XLM because they're looked at as stablecoins. That's not even what they're talking about here. They're talking about algorithmic stablecoins such as Terra USD or UST. And they're talking about USDC maybe, or maybe Tether even. It's not XRP or XLM. I've seen people saying, I have to buy as much as I possibly can before it's too late. And even BUSD stablecoin is having some issues out of the top 10 crypto list in terms of market cap. And that's because of this. SEC triggers billion-dollar bank run on Binance's BUSD. The stablecoin dollar peg has always been wavering on certain markets, hitting 0.99 earlier this week, according to CoinGecko. BUSD circulating supply has shrunk by 26% following the SEC probe. There's roughly 11.4 billion BUSD circulating in the market today, almost half the size of its total circulating supply at its peak last November. And Gary is causing all of this chaos to happen. Because there's no regulations put in place, he's making up the law as he goes, and he's working way above his authority. That's why this continues to happen. There's chaos all throughout crypto right now. And because it was always talked about as a stable coin, XRP was always meant to be backed by something. XRP cannot be backed by gold. Ripple official explains why. And I said the same thing. It doesn't need to be backed by anything. I still believe it's going to get a higher monetary value put on it by the central banks at some point. Hamilton is adamant that such an outcome is impossible. The blockchain developer explains his view that XRP is a decentralized cryptocurrency with finite supply, which trades on the open market and has no issuer to hold collateral for gold. For this reason, Hamilton explains XRP cannot be inflated to have a peg with another asset. And, you know, everybody always said, well, look at the central banks. They're buying up all this gold. They're going to back XRP with it. No, they're not. They're going to back their digital currencies with it, the country's digital currency. The only contact between gold and XRP is possible through its tokenization via XRP Ledger, with the creation of a token tracking the precious metals quotes, concluded the developer. For those who do not believe it and still think otherwise, Hamilton offered to exchange 1 ounce of gold for 1 XRP. And I know a lot of people feel that it has to be backed by something, but it really doesn't. It's going to move a lot of value. XRP can't be confiscated by the government. Peter Schiff urges to sell Bitcoin. Okay, so that's another thing that people always talked about, that they're going to come after your XRP. After dispelling rumors about a government buyback of XRP last week, Matt Hamilton, Ripple's former director of developer relations, has taken to Twitter to refute yet another speculation circulating within the crypto community. This time, it concerns a possible confiscation of the XRP token by the government. In his recent Twitter thread, Hamilton names 3 reasons why such a scenario is impossible. First, XRP is decentralized and cannot be seized without forcing key holders. Second, if the government needs a token for its own use, it would be easier to create its own crypto, CBDC. Third, if the government wants to prevent others from using XRP, it would kill the token's value and utility, and XRP would be replaced by a fork. So that always leads to the buyback scenario as well. XRP, high valued, the government's coming for your XRP, hence we need a buyback for our XRP. which does not make sense. Now, if you're an XRP holder, you are still going to get rich from your XRP, and here's how. In the future, and when every country has their digital currency backed by gold, and there's a lot of value there moving on a daily basis, XRP is still going to play as the trust layer in between moving that money for cross-border payments. That's why I said the central banks will set a price for XRP in the future, and it's going to be a more stable price where it's not fluctuating the way it does now. That's what I see happening for XRP. And the reason I'm talking about this today is because a lot of talk is around stablecoins, and people are still under the assumption that XRP is a stablecoin, and so is XLM. They will be at a high stable value for cross-border payments. Europe entices crypto firms burned by the U.S. So now it looks like Europe wants to take all the companies which aren't happy here in the U.S. They're saying, hey, we're crypto friendly here. You know, stop living under Gary Gensler's strict rules and come and build with us. And people will go there and build because think about it. Who wants to go in and sit down with the SEC? You might end up in a lawsuit before you know it. It's an argument that no U.S. policymaker is in a position to make, with American politicians at odds over whether to embrace or discourage the growth of crypto and regulations taking matters into their own hands. The collapse of the digital asset exchange FTX only complicated matters, revealing widespread industry mismanagement and taking down its former chief executive Sam Bankman-Fried, once a crypto player in Washington. Lobbyists and sympathetic lawmakers stateside are trying to keep pressure on Congress by warning that the U.S. is falling behind the rest of the world without a clear set of rules. And you take notice how they always blame it around FTX. I am so tired of hearing about Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX because it was one person. He was a criminal. It wasn't all of crypto. Gary Gensler on meeting with Sam Bankman-Fried and his crypto crackdown. So we see here they might drop their tokens overseas at first and contend or pretend that it's going to take 6 months before they come back to the U.S. He continued, but at the core, he argued, these tokens are securities because there's a group in the middle and the public is anticipating profits based on that group. They claim that crypto investors are hoping to profit based on the efforts of those intermediaries in much the same way that stockholders and public companies hope to get their investments appreciate over time, is central to Gensler's position that, as a legal matter, these are actually transactions in securities that fall within the SEC's jurisdiction. That's why Gary's making the rules in other countries as well. In other words, he's setting up rules for crypto companies that are coming back to the U.S. or getting ready to sell their tokens inside the U.S. Even though the company didn't even get here yet, he's already calling them securities. That's why the U.S. is going to continue to fall behind the rest of the world as far as innovation. Then there's this. They want to stop us from buying to stay entrapped into their slave system. HSBC, bank notification when logged into their banking app. I think something is coming in crypto. We're restricting cryptocurrency purchases. From February 23rd, 2023, we'll no longer allow cryptocurrency purchases using our credit cards. This is coming from HSBC. Other banks are going to do the same thing because of this right here. America risks losing its status as a financial hub long term with no clear regs on crypto and a hostile environment from regulators. Congress should act soon to pass clear legislation. Crypto is open to everyone in the world and others are leading. This is coming off the fact that the U.S. Fed issues a warning to banks on crypto liquidity risk. They're saying that crypto is going to send the entire country into hyperinflation. It's not crypto that's going to do it. It's the fact that the BRICS and the rest of the countries are pulling away from the U.S. dollar. That's what's going to send us into hyperinflation. And they know it's coming, so it's easier just to blame it all on crypto. Strategists are predicting the next bull run to be legendary. So we see here, this bull market cycle, this 4-year cycle, is going to be the biggest cycle yet in terms of user adoption, in terms of aggregate market cap increase, in terms of almost all of the things that we care about. I believe the next run is going to be epic because we're going to see utility brought into the next run. Use case through ISO going live. On top of that, the US dollar could be crumbling down like never before, giving the stock market and crypto a massive blow off top. I believe Bitcoin could probably get to 250K if that was to happen. But then looking beyond that, you got to look at where these ISO coins are going to go from there. If it's based on utility, they could continue rising even into the next year. Once Bitcoin even starts falling, utility coins could continue upward. We don't know what's going to happen with that yet. Future is XRP. And a lot of people are always saying, does XRP have a future? Well, let's take a look. It's based around partnerships and adoption. Then you have regulatory clarity. This is the big one. This is the one, as XRP holders, we want that more than anything. And that could come off of this SEC Ripple case. So if XRP was to get regulatory clarity, it would be the only crypto out there with it. I believe that would add more value to XRP than anything else ever in the short term. Long term, it would go into talking about ODL, more and more corridors opening up, more and more banks utilizing it. Plus, you have the partnerships and the adoption, environmental friendliness. That's also a very big one, especially at a time when everyone's talking about climate change and carbon credits. That's why Bitcoin, in my opinion, does not have a future. And then you have the XRP community that supports XRP and holds it and continues holding it into the future. That's why the price hasn't really fallen with the rest of the market most of the time. I believe it's because so many of us hold it and so many new investors are buying XRP before it's too late. But the reason I did this video today is because I wanted to point out the fact that I see people always have that mindset that XRP has to be backed by gold to have value to it, and that's not the case. It's going to get to those high values without being backed by anything. Plus, you got to look at the XRP ledger, which I believe is absolutely going to explode throughout the year of 2023. Then you have ISO going live, and again, regulatory clarity is very well possible for XRP. That's what I look at, the facts that could push it up. Not so much, these ideas that there's going to be a big, massive buyback or the government's coming for your XRP, because they're not going to come after your XRP. I'm just not seeing it. Your opinion might be different than mine, but, as long as you continue holding it, that's all that matters to me, because I really want to cross that finish line with all of you, and I can't wait till we get there. With that said, I'm going to wrap up today's video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.